Hello guys, today we're gonna talk about, hold on a sec here, today we're gonna talk about, oh, that's not it, sorry, today we're gonna talk about Time Bandits. This movie was released in 1981, it's rated PG, it's an hour 56 minutes long, it has 7.0 out of 10 on IMDb with about 58,000 user votes, it has 79% on Metacritic by 18 critics. It stars Sean Connery, who was in James Bond movies, and Shelley Duvall, who was in The Shining, and it's directed by Vince, no, Terry Gilliam, who did Brazil and Monty Python stuff. Rotten Tomatoes movie has 90% by critics with 49 critics and 77% by audiences with about 49,000 user audiences. The critics' consensus on Rotten Tomatoes is Time Bandits is a remarkable time travel fantasy from Terry Gilliam, who utilizes fantastic set design and homemade special effects to create a vivid, original universe. The movie is available to stream on HBO Max, HBO DirecTV, and HBO Now through Amazon, whatever. It's available to rent and buy on Google Play, YouTube, Vudu, and Apple TV, and it was released on DVD in 1999. So, basically, this is a very fun movie, and it's one of those old PG movies that got away with a ton of stuff in terms of if this was released now, it'd probably be PG-13. Like, it was one of those PG movies. And it's the same comedy as the Monty Python stuff. You see, I didn't know who made this movie I watched it. I watched it with my sister. So I didn't know it was by. I haven't seen any Terry Terry Gilliam movies at all. I've heard of his stuff. I didn't know he helped do the Monty Python stuff though. I thought he was kind of his own thing. So I didn't know that until I this movie I feel like I know this kind of movie. This style is familiar to me, and I looked up stuff after, and was like, oh yeah, this is done by him. This is the first product of his I've watched, and first kind of I don't think this is really considered a Monty Python thing. Kind of inspired. It's the same similar people worked on it. Like John Cleese is in it, which I know he's from Monty Python, and but he's not. He doesn't have a. He's there's a lot of like guest actors. A lot of big name actors are in this, but they're kind of more in the famous people slot. And the main stars are actually more a kid actor who's actually not bad, and a group of I believe the movie calls them dwarves. I believe dwarves or something like that. But yeah, but yeah, the acting between that group is very solid. I like the group of them and the kid. I they work well off each other, and the dialogue in this film is the humor is this film's freaking hilarious. I mean, holy shit, and it's funny as hell. And the cast, I mean, this film is as perfect as you can get. I think I will say I'm not gonna say this film takes a bit to warm up to because the laughs are there early on, but the film kind of starts with a little bit more of a dreamlike thing, which makes sense in with the plot of the film. But basically, what the film's about, this kid, he's growing up. He has parents that don't really pay that much attention to him, and he daydreams about going through time. And this time he gets really into it. There's these dwarves that work with like the Great Creator, which is kind of like God or whatever, and they stole like a map that helps them travel through time. So they decided to travel through time. That they were traveling through time to steal stuff from famous people or whatever, and the kid kind of got sucked into it. And you meet all these people, and there's a lot of funny situations, like a lot of great humor. I love the way there's a lot of great jokes in this, a lot of good like funny things that they sneak in, great running jokes. I mean, it just works really well. And yeah, in the same time the movie is really meta too, like super meta, and the special effects in this film are top notch. Like, literally everything in this film is just so well executed. I think the only reason why some people like the Audience 77, that's still good, but I think why some people may not be as into it is believe it or not, the humor can be adult, not like hard R or PG-13 or whatever, but kind of think of like Princess Bride humor. Like the Princess Bride humor, it's not super mature, but it's still like super like funny. It's kind of in that realm in this movie. Um, I think the reason why it takes a bit because you kind of a lot of it is that you kind of there's a bit of setup. That I mean, stuff is happening, but it takes a bit to kind of get the gel with the characters. Not take a bit, but like the movie throws a lot at you really quick, and it can be a little jarring. But it kind of does it early in the film, and it settles after, and it all works really well. Overall, I think this is a really solid movie. I dare say one of the better movies I've seen in a while. I think the only thing I wish the ending is I wouldn't say strange, but you wouldn't I don't think anyone would have seen the ending coming, to be honest, which is very good and very unpredictable. I really think this is a great movie. I highly suggest any people who are fans of Monty. I haven't seen any Monty Python stuff. I assume this is kind of a similar style and design, but at the same time, I wouldn't say expect Monty Python either because I don't know how different it is because this isn't generally associated with Monty Python stuff from my knowledge. This thing kind of seems more kind of outside of that. So I'd be careful when looking like saying oh this is like Monty Python because I don't know if it is or not. So I'd be careful on comparing that to that. But the same person who wrote Monty Python and directed it did this, and there is an actor or two from that's in this as well. But outside of that, I can't be sure. Um, in terms of availability, I saw this on DirecTV, and the DVD. I assume it's probably available on DVD somewhere. I wouldn't assume that it would be in Walmart or Myers because I never seen it there. So you're probably gonna have to get it online. Um, but yeah, I definitely recommend checking this out for sure. Some people may be put off. Some people may think it's kind of a kiddie movie or whatever. But let me assure you that while the main actor, the main lead, is technically a kid, I wouldn't call it a pure kids movie. I kind of see it more as a definitely kind of more. I wouldn't say like Princess Bride because Princess Bride isn't that meta. It's more straightforward. This movie is kind of the humor in terms of like maturity and what and how hard R and how PG it is. It's around the same level, but everything else is not like the Princess Bride really. Kinda, I guess. I don't know. I'm not gonna do a full comparison, but yeah, overall it's a really solid movie. I definitely recommend checking out for sure. But yeah, guys, that's all I have to say about it. I definitely recommend it. And yeah, thanks for watching. In case you want to chat with me, Mike, or anyone else at the Campy Company, you don't want to use the YouTube comment section, we do have a couple options. The first is we have a Discord channel. Find a link to that about page / about section of our channel. We also have a discussion tab on our channel as well, and you can access that through a PC or laptop computer. Yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Please subscribe and like the videos, and have a good day.